Welcome back to Dr. Lautrec. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, remember how I'm about to show off one of the generic side quests for the sake of you guys knowing what it is what all the side quests are about, the ones that I don't show off in this playthrough, so you can see that you're not missing anything.
Sure.
Are you not departing for the gardens of Versailles yet?
A bit more preparation is in order.
Yes, we gotta get more Pokemons. Okay, so quest number 6. If the heart did speak. I'm not even kidding. Every non-story side quest has this exact same dialogue that we're listening to right now. This exact same dialogue. Oh wait, no, this is not the one yet. It's right after this one. Never mind. Never mind. This is a story one. After all.
What's this?
Well, it works best anyway since Jova's bird. So.
Yeah.
Look into my voidy blue eyes.
Oh, okay. Hold on. This is actually important.
What's that supposed to mean? Aren't you going to stand up for me, Doctor?
No.
Milady, please dispense with the games and say whatever it is.
But we're playing a game.
Oh, welcome back, Jova.
This map is for
Meta humor.
Hold on.
Wait, is that the logo for Final Fantasy VII?
There you go. A treasure that lets you listen to people's innermost thoughts.
Hold on, Pedro. Let me listen.
Wait, that would mean you could find out what they were secretly thinking and feeling.
Yes,
From
that's
what
the
I've
general
heard, it's
idea.
true.
It actually lets you read people's
Yes,
minds.
we know.
She said that already.
Oh, what a load of rubbish.
You're talking about the game, Lautrec?
Oh my
Okay.
god. Lautrec,
This one.
Why would you wish me to use such a thing in the first place?
I thought maybe you'd discover my true feelings for you.
Yes, I hate you.
Oh, what nonsense.
Lautrec, you
If
fool.
you have something to say, just say it.
You really
Basically,
don't
there's a running
understand
gag with
me,
this
do you?
in this game where the women never actually directly tell Lautrec that they love him. Instead, they always try to imply it, but he never gets it.
The Doctor's true
So, let me guess. He's just going to give the artifact to someone else.
What?
If it is not treasure animals,
What annoys me is
it's
at the
all
end of this. Hold on, I'll get to it after this
free to
part is
use
over.
Let me guess, she's one of them hard to get women.
Oh, you mean the Milady? No. Milady will
There's
actually
something
not
wrong,
get.
Sophie.
Milady will actually end up with Claude, not Lautrec.
nothing. Let's just hurry up and get started, Doctor.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't really like
wrong with you
those
all of a
kind of
sudden?
women, to be honest.
Don't worry, Dwib. She doesn't go for that actually. All right, and so I'm about to basically riddle these riddles completely by skipping every single text. I am not even reading the text right now. I am not even kidding. And I'm still gonna be able to solve this riddle. I'm gonna be able to solve this riddle without even looking at it. I don't even know what this riddle is about. I am not even kidding.
It's probably simple. You just go to location after location, talk to anyone there, see if you got something right, see if you got something wrong, repeatedly mash, and then boom, eventually get the right one.
Okay, Konami, if I'm able to solve your riddle without even reading what's going on in the text, you have failed as game designer.
So let's see, they failed at stealth, they failed at puzzles, they failed at storytelling. The only thing they have succeeded in is the art quality. And even still, that's inconsistent. It's only with the 2D sprites and the cutscenes. The 3D models suck. But, Pedro, I just realized something. A lot of missed potential in, playing as a treasure hunter of all things. Wouldn't it be cool if we could, use these artifacts that we find to maybe help us out on our quest? Seriously, an artifact that can help you hear people's minds.
Remember, Jova, each artifact that we find at the end of a dungeon has a spirit in it, or a Pokemon if you prefer, that we use it to battle. So, yeah, they do help.
No, Pedro. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying there's missed potential in using, the artifacts themselves. I mean, seriously, an artifact that can listen to people's mind, an artifact that can teleport you. Why not make that a gameplay mechanic?
Jova, we can't have that. That might actually be interesting. I mean, come on.
Seriously, even Ace Attorney of all things occasionally gives you some way to make things easier by getting certain items or picking certain choices.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
All right.
And okay. Mashing A.
So Pedro, which would you say you mashed the jump button more in? This game or Final Fantasy 13?
Final Fantasy 13 still wins.
Wow.
Well, at least this game does force me to eventually stop mashing A. Final Fantasy 14, not so much. Anyway, okay, and I'm still, and there we go. We've officially solved the riddle, even though I have no idea what the riddle even was.
The entrance leading underground. Hurry up, Doctor.
Wow, that was
Straight in.
amazing. Now
you've just seen my exact process of how I solve every riddle in the game from now on. From now on, I won't show any more riddle solving because I've solved them in the exact same way that I've solved this one.
But Pedro, it's so entertaining to see you masterfully solve riddles. So amazing. I mean, seriously, Einstein's got nothing on you.
What?
Actually,
Einstein was a physicist, and he wasn't that smart outside of physics. From what?
Obviously. I'm just saying, it's like, well, I mean, seriously, even the smartest minds on the Earth could not match your brilliance.
Well, of course. After all, I'm the puzzle guy in this channel.
I mean,
so.
what's next? Is he going to be able to solve one of these puzzles with his eyes closed?
Wait a minute! I just figured it out.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, maybe not even that. I'm going a bit too cynical right now.
Wait a minute.
Ignore me.
Never mind. You go for it. Okay, I just figured it out, guys. This game is an entire riddle. Seriously. The riddle is, what's the quickest way you can solve this game? And the answer is, mashing A! You see, mashing A is the true solution. You have to be a genius at gaming to realize that this game actually is stupid enough to allow you to mash A. You see, most people would think, there's no way the game could be that stupid. But you see, Pedro, you pulled a Leighton, and you said, wait, it actually is that stupid. And voila! You solved the puzzle. Too bad you solved it so early into the game.
Yeah. Shira, what are your thoughts on all this?
Eh.
That's Shiro's thoughts overall on the game.
So there you go, folks. The answer to this game. It's just one puzzle.
But
and Pedro just gave you the answer.
But
which again.
Guys,
hold on, Dwibs. Let Pedro speak.
No. Go ahead. It's not important. So.
Well, hey, I thoughts are more expressive than mine on this game, at least.
Anywho, go on, Pedro.
Which again, like I said in the last part, which again, it kind of makes me sad because. Like I said before, later at the end of this part, we're actually going to get what is, in my opinion, the highlight of the story.
Never mind.
So, which shows, I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't save the story by any means, even if it is a good scene on its own. However, it does show that the creators of this game were generally trying to make something good. It's just that they were so horribly incompetent at this in every aspect of it. So it saddens me when people who generally want to make something good end up failing so horribly in this way. Because if this was a case of someone who's clearly not even giving a shit, yes, then I will definitely. But however, there is some parts of this game that definitely can tell me that there was someone who cared, put effort into this, and that just makes me sad that I can't properly enjoy it. Like,
yeah, that's how I feel about Mighty Number 9. I mean, there are actually some fun things.
Mighty Number 9 is a special. I'll get to that when we do the demo.
Well, it's how I feel about it. I mean, I go from playing it, actually. It's like, oh, there actually are some fun things, and some of the boss designs and actual fights are interesting. The problem, though, is that overall, that game, it lacks that creative spark. And like you said, it lacks the soul to make it a complete full game.
I guess there's a reason why Capcom haven't bothered to make a Mega Man game in so long.
Honestly, Dweeb's Mighty Number 9 does not justify that. Besides, even Capcom themselves are realizing that Mega Man has some relevancy these days.
Well, what I was going for is, you know, if you don't really care about something, then it's best to not make it.
What does that have to do with concepts, Fiasco? They clearly do care for Mega Man in some form or way.
Yeah, but if they cared enough,
I don't believe that at all.
If they cared enough, then they'd at least try to make a. You know, they could have tried harder to design the levels better.
By the way, this puzzle is annoying. This block puzzle is annoying.
Well, it's like I say, some people must have cared.
It's like
with Pedro's stance on this game. Some people must have cared with that game, but they weren't the right people, or the wrong people were in charge.
It's like, I remember I remember one of our attempts to record a Sonic 06 part. Someone mentioned that the people writing the story cared a lot, but then Pedro gave the perfect retort. If they cared a lot about the story, they'd have at least attempted to make it make sense.
Wait, was that? Wait. Was that for which game that was that? I forgot.
Sonic 06.
Our original Sonic 06 finale recording.
All right. Honestly, the thing is with Shun Nakamura is that, I can tell he was trying to make a story with emotion and all that shit. The problem is that if he cared as much as that was DBZ Hedgie saying that, I'm guessing, right?
No, it was someone that we commentated.
He's talking about our old commentary.
Wasn't that Sony?
No, that was Lang.
Oh, never mind. Whatever. Oh, that guy.
It seems to be
okay. Doesn't want to talk about it. Anyway, basically, like I said before, yes, he tried, but at the same time, if he cared as much as that guy said he did, then he would have actually bothered to actually think about what he was writing. Just saying.
It probably didn't help that Sonic 06 was going for a lot more of stuff that the Japanese are okay with.
Joke, hold on. It's about special pedestals that have different meanings. Only certain treasures can be placed on these special pedestals. On colored pedestals, you can only place the treasure with garden spirits to the matching color: blue, humanoid; yellow, avian, and so on. So basically, when you see pedestals in a battlefield that have a specific color, that means you can only put a Pokemon of that specific type.
Lautrec colors.
Wow! Hey, look, they're actually trying to integrate some actual limitations to the battle. Huzzah!
And here's the order of pedestals. Basically, in the first turn, you must put it where the number 1 is. In the second turn, you have to put it where the number 2 pedal is, and so on and so on.
What exactly does this change for the fight aside from where you can place them?
Allow me. Nothing! Fucking nothing!
So is it like we can only place 4 of them or something?
No, Joe. It just changes. It just changes what the order of where we put each pedestal in. There we go. Basically, I wanted to show the tutorial, but then I skipped straight to the puzzle because, it's a battle of a Pokemon. We've seen this. We know how it goes down.
Oh, but what are you saying, Pedro? Pokemon never ever limits when or what order you can put your Pokemon in. Clearly, this is a different thing. Ha ha ha. I mean, seriously, are they that lazy?
Leave the Pokemon ripoff, and I'm putting ripoff in quotations, to level 5, Konami.
Or Nintendo SPD.
Because since Dwebs' favorite franchise is Pokemon, why not? Dwebs, judging from the first 2 episodes, do you think Yokai Watch is a ripoff of Pokemon?
I won't say it's a ripoff. That's being extremely harsh.
It's more of something that takes inspiration at most.
Yeah, the actual tone and style of the writing and stuff, it's completely different. I mean,
a lot of Westerners are going to look at this and say, just another Pokemon wannabe. Yeah.
It's like with Digimon.
And they won't even play it. They'll just dismiss it
outright. Very unlike
won't even touch
actually, it. when you get right down to the actual themes and the actual style of the writing.
Just because the main characters are little creatures, that doesn't automatically mean it's Pokemon.
By that logic, every superhero...
Hey, look! Pedro! It's a boss that looks exactly the same as that last one we fought.
So what are you going to say, Pedro, by that one?
Wait, Jofa. Are you trying to imply that this game recycles content like there's no tomorrow?
No, Pedro. I'm trying to imply that this game is actually worse than that. That this game suffers from extreme clone syndrome.
What are you going to say, Pedro? By that logic, what?
By that logic, every superhero would be a ripoff of Superman.
Well, unless it's Batman.
Okay, fine. Aside from Batman.
Yeah.
For example, if by that logic, any superhero that can fly would be a ripoff of Superman.
Or any superhero that can fight will be a ripoff of Batman.
Yeah.
Or any superhero that's a strong female character would be a ripoff of Wonder Woman.
Or every game that uses guns is a ripoff of each other.
Unless if you're talking about the Wonder Woman as written by Frank Miller.
Or the one we saw in that pilot.
Yeah. Trust me, Pedro, the one in the pilot is actually worse than the Frank Miller one.
And Shiro, have I told you about the way Frank Miller writes Wonder Woman? Basically, according to Frank Miller, this is how a strong female character behaves. she brushes off a guy who's in her way, saying, and I'm quoting here, "Out of my way, sperm bank."
Pedro?
No, I'm not even kidding.
That's terrible.
Somebody actually wrote that. I'm not even kidding. Go ahead.
Pedro?
That's what.
What if I told you that the one we saw in the pilot was actually worse than that?
I've already informed him that yes, it is indeed worse.
I'm still shivering at that.
Basically, Wonder Woman in the pilot is a freaking psycho.
Not to mention the fact that she...
Okay, hold on. It's the issue, right? Frank Miller's idea of a strong female character is a woman who hates men and basically, you know, beats the crap out of them for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Hey, Shiroi, remember that Wonder Woman pilot we watched?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's still worse than the Frank Miller one. Want to tell Pedro about, her wonderful heroics and how her double standards about a doll objectifying her and yet dressing in a skimpy outfit that she apparently designed herself?
That pilot was just overall terrible.
You trust me, Pedro. When our commentary eventually comes up, you have to see it.
We tamed the Guardian, Jova. We tamed the Guardian. Woo!
Yay! We did the same bleeding thing that we've been doing for pretty much every dungeon. Hooray!
And there we go. We got the artifact that allows us to read people's innermost thoughts, and now.
Oh, so will we actually get to do that in game? Read people's thoughts?
Actually, the storyline will reflect that. So, and again, we're about to get what is, in my opinion, story-wise at least, the highlight of the game for me, at least. I can't
Chalice
say.
of the Priest.
Wow, so we'll actually get to do something with this artifact in game for once?
No, not in games. Cutscene.
We got the treasure.
Well, maybe. Let
No,
me guess.
Joe,
It'll only
Joe,
be for this
Joe,
one
stop.
scene, though. Afterwards.
Jova, stop being hopeful.
Something
Hey,
hopeful,
it sometimes helps out.
Borrow the treasure for a moment.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I want to bash you on the head with it.
Why?
She wants to listen. She wants to know what the doctor thinks of her.
I hate you.
What?
Gulp.
Oh, very well. Do as you please.
Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.
Are we finally
getting
get to see what's in
some
his
not
mind and
nice
actually
things.
expand on his character?
We'll see. Hold on.
It seems you found the treasure.
A simple task when I am on the job.
I don't care about the treasure.
Well, to be fair, it was rather easy just mashing A.
Something I wish to look
Yeah.
into.
So,
Oh my god, Pedro, does this mean that Dr. Trek truly is a greater puzzle solver than Layton? He can solve riddles simply by mashing A.
That's because they're not puzzles.
That's the job that lets you hear people's innermost
This
thoughts.
Layton actually puts logical thought into them.
It's not often
Well,
you let
most
you
of the
have treasure
time.
you find.
Why, we're talking about the
Say I
puzzles,
want
not the
to
story
try it
bits.
myself.
Actually, even in the puzzles, sometimes it's really.
Shame on you, madame. I had
Oh, here it
a
is.
feeling this might
Again,
happen.
in my opinion, this is the highlight of the game, so let's try
Have you
to...
heard Monsieur Lautrec's innermost thoughts?
I would never do such a thing.
Then why did you ask for the artifact?
Even I'm interested in what Doc's got stuffed in that brainy head of his.
If it assists him thinking
Of
about
course, what I
dancing
really
with horny
need are
women.
True feeling.
You know, actually, why can't we use it on Lautrec? We'd actually learn more about his
Hold
character.
on, Jova, we're gonna get to that.
Wow.
Cheers,
All
right here.
right.
Yes.
Stop pretending
Okay.
you're so high and mighty. Let's hear about Monsieur's innermost thoughts.
I told you I'd never do such a thing.
Right.
Not that I'm not a little interested. It's just I'm a little scared of what I might find out.
Yeah, what if he imagines me as one of
Oh
them?
my.
Ew.
Sweetest things sometimes, madame.
That was hardly sweet.
A blushing young lady in love. Ah, the innocence of youth.
Isn't she a bit young for
Still.
Lautrec?
I can't
Actually,
understand
she's
what
she's
she's
19
saying
years
for
old.
nothing.
How old is Lautrec?
Hey, that's not
27, I think. I don't
nice.
know.
Maybe a
Huh.
bit cold and aloof,
Okay then.
but well, he's actually far sweeter than you might think.
Time for backstory.
Oh, come now. What do you really see in him?
So yeah, what does
You met
see in him?
So, just answer me this. Are we ever going to use that artifact in this cutscene?
Yes, Jova. After this, hold on. I've
All
told you
right.
like 5
Okay, I
times.
just wanted to figure that out. No need to rant, Pedro.
So many memories. I have this one story, if you'd like to hear it.
Sure, suck it to us.
Once there were 3 bears.
All right.
Sorry, wrong story.
And I know this music too. This music is actually pretty good, I think.
At my uni. The doctor was also in attendance as a guest lecturer. And it just so happened that I was selected to help him.
It was destiny.
I was told to read his lecture notes ahead of his presentation.
That must have been a tough one. I can never figure out what the devil he's trying to say. Plus his handwriting's a tangled mess.
Yes, but I had to read through them at least once. I knew I was in for an all-nighter. But late at night, when I put his notes closer to the lamp...
They caught fire.
They suddenly caught fire.
Oh, gee, duh.
Dear.
I ran to fetch the caretaker, but when we returned, those precious lecture notes had been reduced to ashes.
Ugh.
I didn't know what to do. I cried in that classroom all night. When morning dawned and the doctor arrived,
Just
I
pissed.
didn't immediately realise who he was.
Actually, Dwebs, you guessed wrong.
He asked me what was wrong when he saw me crying. So I told him how I'd burnt the doctor's precious notes to ashes.
And that's how
You
the
don't
Ashes
say.
trophy was made.
Well, his
That's what
innermost
he
thoughts are
said.
probably
No
that
matter.
stupid
I have
bitch.
them all in my head.
No, he said, no matter, I have them all in my
Perhaps
head.
it was a hint of anger.
Oh,
He went on to deliver his lecture without stumbling once. He even received a standing ovation when he was finished. He was so very dashing.
Ugh.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
at least it's backstory that actually seems to support it for once.
Aside from the dashing part.
He was
Yeah,
so
I don't
sweet,
see it.
don't you think?
Yeah, the dashing thing.
Actually, even they say it. Even they say it, Dwebs.
Because he wasn't the least bit angry at my terrible mistake.
Oh, he wasn't angry at me. He's beautiful.
He had them all in his head.
beautiful. Yeah, because that's appropriate
See,
word.
even they say it.
Yeah.
But I like that scene at least because at least it develops her character. At least I mean she's at least I like Sophie because at least they actually bought her to give her a backstory.
My God, that scene actually builds a bit on Lautrec's backstory too, so he actually can be kind. Do we ever get any more scenes like this?
I hope you enjoyed that scene because that's as good as it gets. It's all downhill from here.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
That's the backstory we get on Lautrec.
Anyway,
Yes.
did you find the book you were looking for?
I did.
Sorry, Jova.
I just don't get it. Why would you
Well-
show this potential?
No,
Never
Okay,
mind.
okay. To be fair, maybe they were saving it for the sequel. You know, kind of like how it took
But
free.
why you don't do that?
Well, to be fair, Dwibs,
To be fair, Dwibs, there are some games that are purposely made to
Sophie, why don't you
be
brush it off?
serious.
Oh, this is the moment Jova was looking forward to.
All right.
I can't say anything.
But again, what if your first one
Sophie,
bombs? You don't get
now's
to
your
explain
chance.
it, will you?
Yeah, Paul's telling her to touch him with the
It's
artifact.
now or never. Put it off now and you might never do it.
Oh, right. Here goes.
Yeah.
Well, did you get the spider?
Well, shit. Too late.
So we never got to use it.
What's wrong?
I didn't hear a thing. It must be a fake.
It was a
that's
fake, Jova.
shame. I suppose
You're
a device
kidding
such
me.
as that is
No,
too good to
I'm
be
not
true.
kidding.
So this entire
What?
chapter was a
It's
complete
so
waste
The
of time.
entire point of this quest is just to explain Sophie's backstory.
Okay, look, it's
you
fine
know
that
the
you want
next
to
time I
explain the
get a present.
backstory, but... Okay. Maybe it is possible to make a wild goose chase quest, but this was done poorly. It's a world where magical stuff does exist, so of course we're gonna assume that the thing is actually real. You don't just change the rules up like that. Ah.
Tough.
Okay. Before we
Well,
let
hey,
me-
at least that backstory thing was kind of charming.
I like Sophie because at least they actually bought her to explain why she has a crush on the Doctor. I mean, yeah,
I like it too.
as far as Milady and Marie go, it's stupid. But with Sophie, I can at least make the excuse that love is blind, and yeah, I at least have a foundation for why she has a crush on her.
I mean, heck, that scene actually gave some backstory to Lautrec's character and why Sophie actually looks up to him.
And this scene right here is exactly why this game saddens me, because this scene is proof that someone, at least someone in the development team, actually cared enough with this game, and that's why.
Maybe we'll get more of those tiny little pockets of joy. Aside from Claude and the lady.
It's sad when the most developed character in your entire game is the sidekick.
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of stories have actually done that rather well.
Before we end this part,
isn't one of the stories that was meant for that, I think, is what you mean. Before
we end this part, let's not forget, Wibs, Curious Village didn't develop Professor Layton's backstory, neither did Pandora's Box. Then we had Lost Future, and then eventually Miracle Mask, which was the 5th game. Of course, of course, Level 5 knew that they were going to make sequels. So I don't know if it's a good enough comparison, but
here's a better comparison.
My guess is they were planning on doing a Layton thing where they were saving bits of backstory for the sequels and stuff like that. That's my guess, at least. I don't know, obviously, because the sequel was never made and never will be.
You know, Pedro, it'll be just a miracle if someday Konami actually thinks to revive the series.
I doubt it.
I know it's not likely, but Konami's been... But considering the way Konami's been, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Lautrec iOS or some kind of mobile game.
Silly Joe. See in the next part.
Silly Joe. Konami doesn't make games. Anyway, see everybody.